You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming, and subject matter Twitter the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn, Ty's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. You can help support the channel and get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. And let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. There we go, alright. I appreciate it, although I cannot help but feel guilt. I gave you the day off, after all. Please, I do not want you overworking yourself, do you hear? Says you. How long has it been since you've had a day off? Touché. Thank you, Hunter. You're most kind. There is a spare set of clothes out back that should fit you, if you would like to get changed. Damn right I would. I won't be long. I headed out back and located the spare uniform, quickly changing into it before returning to the floor and commencing work. It was just as well that I'd been insistent. As the day drew on, the bar only got busier and busier. There was no way Ty would have been able to handle it alone. The two of us worked closely with one another, performing our tasks, serving the patrons, and helping one another out to the best of our abilities. As it would happen, we worked even more efficiently together than we had the night before, no doubt owing to the advances in our relationship with one another. Finally, as the night drew on and the skies grew dark, our workload gradually dwindled while allowing the both of us to catch our breath. When the clock eventually chimed 10 p.m., it was with a sense of relief that we closed up shop and locked the doors. My goodness, things got a little carried away there, did they not? Ha! Story of our lives, right? Ah, indeed. I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry if I seemed reluctant. It was only out of concern for you. I know, but you needn't worry. Working or not, I got to spend time with you, and there's honestly nowhere else I'd rather be right now. I see. Ty appeared somewhat melancholic, having heard my response. He gazed off into the distance, no doubt deeply in thought. Hey, what's on your mind? Oh! Ty suddenly snapped back to attention. It was nothing. No, do not worry. Are you sure? It didn't look like nothing. I took a seat at the vacant bar as Ty stood opposite me, drying freshly washed glasses and putting them away beneath the counter before responding to my question. Well, you see, I was planning on taking part of the Woodcrest Combat Tournament this year. Have you heard of it? I don't think so. What's that? Well, you see, every year a tournament is held. It's an official thing, sanctioned by city officials and all that. It is open to any style of an armed combat so long as certain rules are followed. Wow, I never pictured you as a fighter. These muscles are not just for show, I assure you. I participated last year, not for the cash prize or anything else, but as a test of my abilities. And perhaps there was somebody I was trying to impress, too. Oh, now I'm intrigued. Alas, I did not go quite as well as I hoped, and I would certainly... I did not do quite as well as I hoped I would, which was certainly a disappointment. Although I had managed to catch that certain someone's attention, so I suppose that was a victory in itself. But I'm getting off topic. My point is that the tournament is starting very soon. When I reserved my place several months ago, I had hoped to improve upon my previous performance and impress this person once more. But, well, that motivation has lost all meaning in the time since. And the cash prize means very little to me. I'd rather spend my time doing other things, I suppose. I see. I suppose I can't blame you for that. Who is this person, if I may ask? A dear friend whose opinion once meant the world to me. Once? Yes, things are different now. I do not suppose you know anybody who would like to take my place in the tournament, would you? Diego participated last year. Perhaps he would like to do so again. Would you care to ask him on my behalf? Oh, sure thing. I'll ask him when I see him next time. Thank you. A place in the tournament is hard to get as numbers are strictly limited. It would be a terrible shame for it to go to waste. I understand. I'll do what I can. Ty smiled and went back to drying glasses, leaving the two of us suspended in awkward silence. I watched closely as Ty went about his business and noticed he was avoiding eye contact. I realized at that moment that the tournament was not the extent of what was on his mind. Something was up, and I intended to get to the bottom of it. Hey, Ty? Oh, yes? Whatever it was something Ty was reluctant to talk about. I hadn't known Ty for long, but what I did know is that he would likely skirt around the topic unless confronted directly. I had to be assertive. I sat up straight and cleared my throat. 1 second now. Water time. God, do I need to make some water. Oh God, it's so good. Oh God, it's like cherry lime bubbly water. I know the tournament isn't the only thing on your mind. It's obvious something is bothering you. Oh, it is quite all right, I assure you. Nothing to worry about. Oh, excuse me, That's what carbonation will do. Oh, excuse me, Jesus. Oh, I guess I drank a little too much there. Now that's bullshit. Yeah, I know that's bullshit. I know we haven't known each other long, but I want you to feel as though you can confide in me. Things have been moving really fast, but I think they've been amazing personally. But it's super important that we're able to communicate when something is up, relevant or otherwise. I know there's something on your mind, and I won't force you, but I would really like it if you could trust me enough to talk to me about it. Ty let out another deep sigh before resting his glass and rag on the counter and making his way around the bar, eventually sitting on the stool immediately to my left. I apologize. You're right. That I have something on my mind, and that I should be able to talk to you about it. I suppose I just wanted to let it stew a little. I did not want to discuss feelings that were half-baked. I am sure you understand. I do, and I don't hold that against you. I was curious. You mentioned feelings. Had he fallen for me just like I had fallen for him? Perhaps he was worried I didn't feel the same way, or perhaps he was worried about how things had gone the night before. That perhaps I had regrets? Perhaps Ty wanted to make things official and was worried that desire wasn't mutual. I suppose the joke would be on him. I was on board with all of it. In such a short time, I had come to love this man. There wasn't anything I wouldn't do. This is difficult. I need a moment to collect my thoughts. It was kind of adorable to see Ty acting so shy about all this. It was unlike him considering how perceptive he seemed to be. Surely he could see that I felt the same way. Surely he could. Unless... I suppose I'd best start by saying that I am sorry. What do you mean? Sorry about what? I feel as though we've gotten a little carried away. Oh, last night, right? Don't worry. Honestly, I had such a great time. Yeah, things definitely went a long way, but I loved every minute of it, I promise. Oh, well, yes, that is one thing. Although I'm glad you have no regrets. I don't. Not a single one. Honestly, I'm more on board than ever. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to say thanks for collecting up my stuff and making breakfast. I can't believe you made my favorite pancakes. I am glad that you enjoyed them. I was gonna wash the bed sheets as well, but I couldn't get your washer to start for some reason. Either way, everything is loaded, ready in the washer for when you get home. We sure made a mess. Thank you. You did not need to... Please, is the least I can do. Please, just stop for a moment. Huh? Ty suddenly halted our conversation. I suppose it had gotten a little one-sided. I was trying to let my feelings rise to the surface in the hope it would make Ty more comfortable sharing his... Little did I realize I only made things more difficult for us both. This thing between us, it has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that you agree, but... I felt my heart seize in my chest in fear of what Ty would say next. I had horribly misjudged the situation, and now was bracing for impact. I worry that I had been making a terrible mistake. I didn't know what to say. A mistake? What mistake? Did he think that we were a mistake? Oh, dear, I wish I had more time to think of what I wanted to say to you. Things have been challenging as of late. There's been an awful lot on my mind, you see, and that night when this all began, I thought that this would be a good thing for me. It is hard to explain. I felt like things were stagnant, that having something to focus on, to work towards, to look forward to, I felt as though maybe it was what I needed. I hope you realize how incredibly vague you're being. I do, and I'm sorry. Unfortunately, there are some things I just cannot share with you. It is not by choice, but rather by necessity. I hope that you understand. Second, y'all. Water time. Most great stories have a point of conflict in them. This is that point. I felt tears begin to well up in my eyes as Ty continued. Anyway, it is not that I have not enjoyed this. It is not that I do not like you. I want to assure that you have done nothing wrong whatsoever. Ooh, excuse me. And for what little it may be worth at this point, I would be lying if I said that what you have been feeling is not mutual. But you see, that is precisely why this conversation is happening. Because the last thing I want is to begin a relationship on false pretenses. To begin a relationship with so much baggage and dirty laundry. To lead you on and to hurt you because of things happening in my life. Ty's words remained notoriously vague, but it felt as though I understood the gist of what he was trying to convey. There was something in his life, either something that happened recently or was still happening, that had made things incredibly complicated. Assuming he was telling the truth, he had developed feelings for me as well, but alas, these circumstances had become a problem for him. I understand these things. What I didn't understand was what his proposed solution was going to be. So, where do we stand then? Are you suggesting we should stop seeing each other? Ty looked down at his feet, his eyes similarly damp to my own. As much as this hurt me, I could see this was hurting him as well. It was for that reason that I trusted him. For that reason I knew he was doing this for the right reasons. How incredibly... Ugh, how incredibly mature, Hunter. A lot of people would not have reacted that way. I do not know. I so desperately want to say no, but would it be okay if I ask for some time? How long do you think you'll need? I cannot rightly say, but the fact of the matter is that we work together. You are scheduled to come in on Tuesday. We will inevitably be seeing one another then anyway. I cannot promise I will have an answer by then, but I can promise I will spend every waking moment beforehand trying to find it. I stood up from my stool in preparation to leave. I didn't know what else could be said. I was obviously upset and hated that things had gone this way, but nonetheless, I saw no reason not to trust Ty. Even if he wasn't forthcoming with specific details, I believed that what he'd said was genuine. Wait! Ty also got up from his stool and quickly pulled me into a tight hug. I was surprised at first, but nonetheless wrapped my arms around him and returned his hug. I am so sorry. I hope you can forgive me. Just promise me you'll keep me in the loop, okay? I promise. As Ty released me, I reached down to the floor where I'd left the tote bag containing my clothes and grabbed it. Having no other business to attend to, I turned to leave and took several steps towards the door before remembering one thing I'd forgotten. Oh, is it okay if I get these clothes back to you on Tuesday then? I appreciate the thought, but I would like for you to keep them. They're of no use to me. They simply no longer fit, and well, I mean what I said. They suit you. I nodded, to which Ty delivered a smile I can only describe as brave. He was hurting, but nonetheless he smiled. Following his example, I did the same, before turning away once more and making my way out of the bar. Ugh, oh, yeah. Forgive me, Hunter. I've been such a fool. Oh. But it's not supposed to be this way. The walk home felt as though it had taken an eternity. The very same rain clouds I had spotted that morning had taken residence immediately above Woodcrest. It was poignant, as though the weather sought to directly reflect how I had felt at particular points throughout the day. Ty's hand-me-down clothing was dripping wet with the rain, leaving a trail behind me, generating a small puddle beneath my feet where I stood in the doorway of the living room. Diego, who had been lazing on the couch, had noticed my presence, sitting up to greet me. Geez, dude, there you are. Been wondering where you'd gotten off to. Of course, the rain could do little to hide the fact that I'd been crying. My eyes were no doubt puffy and red, my tail dangling limply between my legs, and my ears hung low. It simply couldn't have been more obvious. So, water time? Oh, no more water right now. There we go. There you got rid of it. Dude, what happened? I didn't know how to respond. I hadn't been... Fuck. Talk too soon. I hadn't been upfront with Diego about what I'd been doing, and in retrospect, my reasons for doing so seemed wrong. I felt incredibly foolish standing there as though I were some lost puppy. Without saying anything, I forced a smile, unlike the one Ty had given not that long beforehand. I took a seat next to Diego on the couch, dripping over every step of the way. I got rained on. Yeah, no shit. Diego sized me up, my lie clearly failing to convince him. Honestly, I never really thought that it would. I didn't rightly know where to begin. Alright, so that's how you're gonna be, huh? That's cool. I can play that game. You, didn't come home last night. Yeah, I ended up going back to Ty's instead. I spent the night there. Despite everything, I had no intention of keeping anything from Diego. I guess it just seemed easier at that moment to let him steer the conversation. I see. Diego looked closely at the logo on my shirt. The Woodcrest High School, class of 99. Class of 99, eh? Could have fooled me, you look so young. Diego's suspicious expression gave way to a more upbeat one. Perhaps he was trying to lighten the mood, or perhaps he sensed that I was being honest with him. It was such a stupid joke, but I couldn't help but crack a smile and fire back with a joke of my own. My fur conditioner has tea tree in it. Keeps me looking young. Would you like to try it? There's that smile. Jeez, I didn't expect it to be so easy. And when you walked in, I feared the worst. I can't help it. Your jokes are seriously that dumb. You're one to talk. Since when have you even used conditioner? Back in uni, you always used to swear by your flawless husky genetics. Hey, don't dig up my past cringe. That's not fair. But you're smiling, right? I hate to admit that you're right. Anyway, I didn't bring any clean clothes with me, so Ty let me have some of his old one. Class of 99. That must make him, what, 40 or something? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!